Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to a beer review and a beer comparison to Boots. There you go. Good value for money. That's what I'm all about. Good value for money, bringing you not just a review, but a comparison too. So, what are we going to review? Well, where did I get this one from? Trying to think where I picked this up from. Lidl, I think. It was Lidl. We're off to Vietnam. Saigon, Vietnam. We're off to Vietnam, and we have got beer. Saigon exports, 4.9% ABV. There you go. This was about 99p in Lidl. I saw it and I thought, ooh, I haven't had that one before. So we're going to review this afterwards. It's going to be a bit of a after the review. It's going to be an Asian derby. We got to compare this to China's Lucky Buddha beer. Now, the reason why I've got another bottle of Lucky Buddha is because I've got the other Lucky Buddha bottle over there. I'm going to paint them up and give them away as Christmas presents. Candle holders. Also, I heard a little whisper, then won't be doing these bottles no more. They'll be stopping doing them. But I could be wrong on that. So, first of all, let's do the Vietnam. This is I think it's the biggest selling beer in Vietnam. Must be a big sell in Vietnam because it's wormed its way over to England in Lidl. So, there's the crown. Now, would I like to go to Vietnam one day? Not a chance. You will never get me going to Vietnam. Because they eat stuff which I wouldn't. It's actually thinking about it, what they eat out there. You think yourself, well, what the hell do they put in their beer? You know, snake's blood and shit like that, and God knows what else they eat. And I'm putting myself off this beer, and I'm thinking, what's in that? Is it hops? If it's hops, malt, and yeast, hops, malt, and yeast in that, or is there something more sinister? It could be fucking donkey piss or something. I don't know. Let's pour it out anyway, like you do. See what it's all about. I have rinsed my glass out, so if you don't get much of a head, it's because I've done that. Because what happens is you wash up your glasses and I let them drip dry. You see, I haven't got a dishwasher. If I said Mrs. Brown's a dishwasher, I think I'll get this smacked over my head. But so I let them drip dry on the draining board. Problem being with that is that when I get them out of the cupboard again to use, they taste of soap. Because this fella here can't even wash up properly. Right. There you go. There it is in all its glory. Beer in a glass. Oh, got a bit of a head to it. Bit of a whitey head. Very clear looking. Steady flow of carbonation. It looks, okay. It looks drinkable. It doesn't look anything sinister in that. There's nothing I should be wary of. So I'm going to get a whiff. Yeah, DMS. Through and through. Sweet corny. Malty. Got sweetness to it. I'm going to go in. So, as the great Terry Kay used to say in his reviews, chin chin, chin chin, chin chin. Nice bready note on the back end. Quite sweet there, it's like syrupy texture in the mouth. I'm trying to think. If I was in Vietnam and I was at something, I don't know, boiled cockroaches or boiled cockroach soup. There you go. Boiled cockroach soup with a boiled rat trifle for afters. Would this go down well? I think it would, you know. It will wash all the bits of blood between your teeth away. Sweet is the key. Sweet, syrupy sweetness. Sweet maltness. That is the key to the taste of that. The overall mouthfeel is slightly syrupy. But all in all, the more I'm drinking it, the more you get this slight bitterness which grates in your mouth. So all in all, what do I think of it? I mean, I wasn't gonna, it's it's everything that I expected. It's everything I expected. It's drinkable. This is slightly chilled, but I think it would be more beneficial to you if you have it dead cold. And so yeah, it's drinkable, it's cheap. What else do you want? If I, had the money to spend on this, or if there was, what's Lidl? Was it Perlenbacher in Lidl? Isn't it? Oh, I'll go for the Perlenbacher, I think. But this is another comparison to do. Maybe no, this is the one, and this is the only comparison I'm doing it with this, and the only review I'm doing with this. I don't intend on buying this again. Right, again. Slightly syrupy, malty. Yeah, I mean everything. It's there. It's okay, I suppose. Right. So let's bring over the Lucky Buddha. The Lucky Buddha. First of all, what hits you with the Lucky Buddha is the bottle. It's fantastic. I absolutely, really, really like that bottle. It's unusual. It sticks out a mile. This was from Home Bargains. Like I say, I heard a little whisper about this lot that they're gonna knock these bottles on the head. But then I thought, make a great, great Christmas present for somebody I don't like. So I got two of them. I'm gonna paint them up and wrap them up in bubble wrap and send them to somebody as a Christmas present, courtesy of me. So let's have a look at the crown. First of all, the crown's better. I do prefer the Lucky Buddha crown to that. And it does remind me of the garden ornaments you get in the garden centres with the. Anyway, so let's pour this out like you do. This was peanuts as well. I don't know how they make their money. These breweries, these kind of like Asian breweries. But then again, I suppose 99p in Vietnam money, you could most well buy a small settlement and become mayor and have lots of Vietnamese women. That's your thing. Anyway, there you go. There's a beer in a glass. Quite lively at the moment, quite pale. I remember when I reviewed this, I haven't watched it, but I got an inkling I didn't like it. I kind of like dismissed it as a cheap lager, which more or less is what it is. so I'm gonna go in. Chin, chin, chin. Chinny, chin, chin. Up we go. Yeah. It does taste a lot like that. A cheap lager. It's that carbonation what makes it cheap. Slight breadiness there to it. Yeah, so I can't believe I'm doing this. Let's bring them all out. Let's bring them all out. Give them a round of applause. Did they do well? Right. Here we go. This is the Saigon is on this side. And we're going to put the Lucky Buddha, over that side. I'll stick that over there. So let's compare the two. Obviously, that's flattened itself out, the Saigon. Appearance-wise, Well, I can tell now the Lucky Buddha's got more going for it, innit? It's got a bit of more of a life to the party. That is more or less developing more into a urine sample. So at the moment, it's the Lucky Buddha who's winning it. Let's get a whiff. Let's get a whiff. Well, 1-0 to the Lucky Buddha so far. But I can tell you now, the Lucky Buddha hasn't got much of a whiff to it compared to the Saigon. Saigon. I see we're taking that. No, 19. 19. That's got more of a malty aroma to it. The Saigon. It has. It has. Don't you stare at me shaking your head. It has got more of a maltiness to it. So, the proof is in the pudding. And in this case, if it's a Vietnamese pudding, it could be kind of like beetles and boiled cats and dogs and horrible shit like that. Right, cheers. Going with a Lucky Buddha. For me, there's a clear winner. There's a clear winner. Bring them all out again. Give them a round of applause. Bring them all out again. There you go. Did he do well? Right. There's a clear winner between these two beers. First of all, I'd like to say that the winner between these two beers is not a great beer. So, anybody who's sad enough to do this on YouTube, you will discover there is a winner between these two beers. Not everybody's a winner in this game. So, the winner between these two mighty Asian beers. First of all, review-wise, the Saigon is very cheap. It's very dismissive. It's not that, it's not that very memorable. I think the label actually is more memorable. That's the export, by the way. They do others. The Lucky Buddha, I've got to say, good candle holder. It's going to please somebody this Christmas. So, who is the winner? The winner out of the two, I think, is the beer Saigon. I think that's got more flavour. It's got more flavour. It's got more character to it. The thing what spoils it for the Lucky Buddha is the carbonation and the mouthfeel for me. It makes it feel a lot cheaper than what it is, and that's saying something. Flavour wise, it's got more flavour. The Saigon's got more flavour, definitely. But if I had another choice between the two, I wouldn't buy either of them, to be honest, which makes this comparison a bit of a it's a bit of a waste of time, but fun nonetheless. And that's what YouTube should be all about. Fun. Boys and girls, I'm waffling on. I'm waffling on because I'm a bit pissed off with the football. But we will persevere. And as I say, time to go. Time to go. Time to go. By the way, you never see a Mackem in Milan. You don't. We went to Milan. We got fucking stuffed under Koeman. I remember that. Anyway, by the time you see this, it'll be. Anyway, still pissed off with the football. Anyway, time to go and see you on my next one. Bib bib.